crazy being a lackey. You're not allowed to touch the radio. You never get the front seat. Well, that's not even up for debate. You don't even get mentioned sometimes. Everyone's like, hey, oh look, there's Batman. Look out, dudes, here comes the Shredder. No mention of Robin or Bebop and Rocksteady, but they're there. See, that's the thing. It's like you're a package deal, or like some delicious breakfast cereal. Only your pal is the box of Fruity Pebbles. You're just the crappy free prize. It's the life of a lackey. You need 6 box tops just to sit up front, and even then, all you can do is ask. So don't worry, Puzzle and Dragon Z. If you have a hard time with it, talk to Luigi. He's been where you are his entire life. It's Puzzle and Dragon Z and Super Mario Edition for the Nintendo 3DS. So this really is it's a tale of two games, even though they're largely the same game. See, it's actually a compilation. It's Puzzle and Dragon Z and Puzzle and Dragons Super Mario Edition. Thing is, though, the gameplay's identical. I mean, they're basically, mostly, the exact same game. But each one also has a whole different coat of paint, not to mention their own structure and presentation. Like, one uses memorable characters and simple, straightforward design, and the other, well, the other one better not touch Mario's radio. And look, it's not just about star power or brand name or recognizability. Look, it's about focus. And one focuses on the gameplay and is better off for it. The other takes 20 minutes to explain what Mario took 20 seconds to. But hey, I should probably do the same thing, so let's explain. So the concept here is you've got, look, it's a match 3 puzzle game, but it's built within the framework of this surprisingly deep, surprisingly complex RPG. So you move from level to level, you're fighting enemies, you're taking on bosses, but you do that by solving puzzles. Match 3 or more orbs of the same color, and your team attacks. So you have this team with you that you have to assemble, and all the team members are a certain color too. And if you match their colors, they're the ones who attack. Of course, this entire process is also packed with strategy. Some enemies are vulnerable to certain colors. Some team members work better in certain levels. You can actually create new team members. It's one of those games where the actual mechanics are pretty simple, but the challenge comes in developing the right strategy. You know, without it, you don't have a bloopers chance in dry desert because there's no water. But that was a really nerdy thing to say. Hey, speaking of bloopers, though, well, what makes the Mario half better than the other half, you may be asking? What's the difference, Derek? If they're basically the same game, you stupid Nintendo fanboy! Well, listen, calm down. Because like I said, it's about focus. In the Mario game, it's all about the gameplay. Toad gives you a little bit of advice, but honestly, it's not a whole lot. You're into the levels super fast. You're battling, you're solving puzzles, so you're having fun. The game gets out of the way, basically. So the opposite in the other game. It seriously took me almost half an hour just to get to the gameplay in the other game, in the Z game. There's just so much talking and talking and talking. And if you're gonna do that, fine, if the story's interesting. But it's not, it's just some generic story about the world's ending and now it's been split and oh boy, now we gotta put it back together. Where have I heard that before only a million times? And it's got generic characters and it's just, it's a total drag to read through. Or frantically tap through. I'll just switch to the plumber, thanks. That's the other difference here. The Mario game has its own identity, but the Z game is so derivative. I mean, it's crazy. This could be any RPG. These could be any characters. And also, this could be any Pokemon, because this is largely like Pokemon, like fake Pokemon. It's Pokemon. It just makes no impression, especially when it's sitting next to some of the most colorful and well-known characters ever. I mean, it's almost not even fair. And the one thing it could have in its favor is that, this could be the more complex of the two, right? It could add a lot more complexity to the gameplay. but it doesn't really. I mean, there are a couple things, but when you have two games that are basically the same, only one has Mario and Luigi and that whole crew, look, I'm sorry, but Pokemon's not going to cut it. This is half awesome puzzle game that's going to have you playing for hours, and half awesome puzzle game that you're probably just going to forget about and then go play the other half, which is going to have you playing for hours. See, that's the thing here. They're both awesome puzzle games. I guess it's just a matter of taste and your preference in games and how much story you want to waste your time with. Obviously, you can tell my preference in games, but I also think it's objective stuff too here. I think it's also about the focus. Well, that and character appeal, that too. And simplicity, also that. Oh, and also Bowser, because Bowser makes everything cooler. This one has a rabbit. Oh, whatever. It's Puzzle & Dragon Z and Super Mario Edition. You'll like them both. You probably only play one of them.